The NFL has a Russell Westbrook. His name is Adrian Peterson. He tells ESPN he's going to sign with the Saints, and my reaction is, who cares? I think he's the most overrated football player in the last 20 years in the league, and like Westbrook, he's going to get an MVP, and he has an MVP. And this is a great example of what I'm talking about when it comes to certain athletes. Russell Westbrook and Adrian Peterson, who's now going to sign with the Saints, are the same guy. One's going to win an MVP, one has an MVP, and didn't deserve it when he won it. Is that, first of all, the Saints already have a running back named Mark Ingram. He's having his best year last year, so I don't need Peterson. But Adrian Peterson, to me, won an MVP, and Vegas considered him to be worth a point. A point. How many points is Aaron Rodgers worth? Brady, Matt Ryan. How many points are they worth? That's what I always say about Westbrook. I get leader in turnovers. He shoots 42%, 25 in threes. I know you're falling in love with his activity, but the efficiency's awful. Here's something to think about with Adrian Peterson. For years and years, I was told how great Adrian Peterson was. Never a good pass blocker, an unnatural pass catcher who fumbled too much. Ezekiel Elliott for Dallas is an elite blocker, an elite natural pass catcher, and a tremendous running back who never fumbles. In fact, Ezekiel Elliott of the Dallas Cowboys, if you go back to Ohio State and the Cowboys combined, 600 carries, one fumble. One. Last year of Ohio State, 200-some carries, none. His last 200-some carries, Ohio State, no fumbles. 322 carries for the Cowboys last year, lost one fumble. 600 carries at the highest level of college football, pro football, one fumble. Oh, yeah. Ezekiel Elliott's a significantly better pass blocker, a significantly more natural pass receiver. The last full year Adrian Peterson played in the NFL, 2015, he had more negative rushes than rushes over 10-plus yards. He is a complete shot fighter. Now, there was a point when he was unbelievable like Westbrook, impossible not to watch and have your jaw not hit the floor. Like Westbrook, he was so profoundly dynamic and energizing that sometimes you would just sit and watch him, much like Adrian Peterson. You would sit and watch him, in awe of him, running people over and past them. But what was his value? Where were the playoff wins? One in his career, and in that one he rushed for 63 yards. Like Ezekiel Elliott, 2 years ago, when he got drafted last year, John, you're a Cowboy fan. We lived in a world in the NFL where nobody wanted to draft a first-round running back. Remember what I said on the air? I'd take Ezekiel Elliott 1,000 times given the opportunity. Why? I said, with Dallas's offensive line, I am guaranteed to get over 100 yards of production a game. Find me another guy in the first round that'll give me 100 yards every Sunday as a rookie. Ezekiel Elliott last year ran for 1,600 yards, and he sat out the last game. When Adrian Peterson, when he finally played with a good quarterback, gave me 1,300, wouldn't pass block, unnatural pass catcher, and fumbled too much. Again, don't fall in love with dynamic. Fall in love with production. You winning games, you getting into an end zone, you changing the culture. By the way, Adrian Peterson now, New England could have had him for a song. He won't practice. So I can't depend on him at practice. He's always been, and I'll just leave it at this, high maintenance within the facility, can't block, can't catch, and now doesn't have the burst. This is, by the way, how Westbrook's going to age, because he's a vertical player. James Harden will stay in this league for 20 years and shoot jumpers. James Harden doesn't jump, he just glides. He just kind of like a hovercraft. James Harden just glides on the floor. He could play forever. Westbrook, vertical, vertical, vertical. How do they age? Not well. Adrian Peterson, Patriots could have had him for a song. No interest. Goes to a desperate football team that's already got a good running back. Won't be worth half a point. This is how Westbrook's going to age. This is exactly how he's going to age. And in the end, he's going to want that attention and want that love. And the good teams are like, no thanks. I mean, right now in that division, New Orleans is the fourth best team in that division. I know what Carolina was last year. I'll take Carolina's personnel. I'll take Tampa's personnel. I'll take Atlanta's personnel over New Orleans. A fourth-place team in that division, personnel roster-wise, only one interested in Adrian Peterson.